Well, greetings, everybody. Today I need to point out the dangers of the coronavirus in your own house, and that is you may not have the food when you get put into a shutdown situation. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but President Trump, it shows in the background here. I'm using this here from ABC News as a backdrop, basically. No copyright infringed. This is just for educational purposes. And I do want to highly recommend that you get out as soon as possible and buy yourself some staples. And I don't mean the things you put in a staple gun either. I'm talking about oatmeal. Oatmeal, rice, things of this sort that you can buy up, store. It doesn't take up as much room as the food you'll get out of it. If any way possible, if you can get to a feed store, FEED, like a farm and ranch store, you might want to pick up on things like non-GMO radish seeds, seeds that you can sprout. You might want to get a few pounds of these things so that you grow your own sprouts. It may be that martial law is just around the corner. They're already shutting down Italy. Italy has been shut down. President Trump, in this here dissertation that he's bringing, says that all travel from Europe will not come into America. And it's going to start Friday night at midnight. Nobody from Europe is going to be allowed to travel to the United States. They know that it's already here. Now, Italy is shut down. Nobody's allowed to leave their houses. With these things taking place, it's going to be difficult for you to find food. If you have freezer space, I highly recommend if you use milk, buy several extra gallons, however many you can put into your freezer, and freeze it. Freezable foods, you might want to stock up on chicken and beef or whatever else. 30 days is going to be the ban right now from Friday night. It's going to be 30 days that no one from Europe is going to be allowed to come into the United States. It's a time that the non-believers should be afraid. You shouldn't be. Use precautions when you go out there. I highly recommend you do what I was just about to do when I came in and discovered the news of Italy being shut down. I came in to do a Walmart online order where they'll deliver it directly from the guy's hands. I take it right into my sink where I basically baptize and wash off every single food item I get with MMS water. You can do the same with Clorox or whatever, I believe. Just put a little Clorox in the water and soak your cans in there for about a minute or so. Frozen bags of vegetables, things of this sort. You can also just stick down in the water and kill off any virus, disease, whatever, hopefully with a disinfectant in water. Wash your cans and such before you put them away. But I do highly recommend that you get products like oatmeal. Please get yourself some flour. Learn how to bake bread and such. Times are going to get difficult. If you can't leave your house for 30 days, you're going to wish, I guess I could say, you would have wished that you would have taken the advice. Stockpile up some things. If you eat a lot of bread, and hopefully you're not eating it with L-listine in there, human hair and, natural ingredients, or the baking powders and such that are nothing but phosphates and poisons. You want great, healthy food. They're most likely going to put us all in lockdown. Martial law is just around the corner, by the way things are looking. They did already call in the National Guard down around New York City, where they have a whole area that's quarantined. It's going to break out, and it's going to do it fierce. They've got people that have predicted, I believe, from the CDC, stating that what they think right now is that 47% of the world's population already has the coronavirus. When they lock you down in your house, you're going to need the things. Get comfort foods. If you eat organic chips and dips, you might want to get extra sour cream or whatever to make your own dip and get those chips stocked up. Candy, things of this sort. I don't know of many that are clean, but if that's what you need in a crisis, situation, the non, I guess you're going to have to get it. But I highly recommend that you leave and go get these things as soon as possible. If you can, wear rubber gloves, just even them dish gloves, them big pink and yellow, floppy gloves. Wear gloves when you go to the stores. People have been touching everything. Little children have their fingers up in their nose grabbing a grape, and next thing you know, you watch somebody else walk by and pick the grape and eat it, without washing it or anything. Please wash everything that you get from the stores off before you put them away. Just let them set a little bit in your dish drainer there, and let them drip dry and put them away where they need to be. But people, please heed the advice I'm giving you. Stock up a little bit. If you don't have your cupboards full already, I highly recommend that you do so. If you're one of those people that smoke, and hopefully it's just natural cigarettes, and not those things filled with chemicals and addictive qualities that keep you hooked to it. But if you use tobacco products, get extra. If you go out every day to buy them, you don't want to get stuck in a position where you're going nuts, locked in your house without a cigarette because you only buy a pack a day and every day you go to buy them. Make sure you stock up. I'm telling you, people, please listen to what I'm telling you. And I'm not saying go overboard and fill your entire house with food. I'm saying for about 30 days, you need to make sure, at least for 30 days, that you have the food on hand that you're going to need, so you never have to walk out your front door, back door, or out the cellar door, or climb through a window to go and get something. It's going to get severe. They say that in about 10 days, we will be in the same shape that Italy is right now, and Italy is completely shut down. People aren't allowed out of their houses, only for certain things. Same thing took place in China, where they had under house arrest basically most of their population. Please take heed to this. Don't get cream of wheat. Cream of wheat is full of poisons. It's full of phosphates and everything. I was appalled when I looked at it, and I used to love cream of wheat. But if you get old-fashioned oatmeal, it's a whole lot better than the quick oats, because they break up the oat and it loses viability. Buy the whole old-fashioned oats that take 5 minutes to fully cook instead of 1 minute. Your grains will be a whole lot better. If you use cheese, I highly recommend you stockpile cheese. Canned things like spaghetti sauce, whatever. Make sure they're clean, but bring a whole bunch extra. Please, people, I don't want any harm to come to those that our Heavenly Father loves. And he loves those, through his righteous Son, who will, do things for themselves. Our King helps those who help themselves. Please, if you got any extra money, get out there and get the things you need right away. Or at least have them delivered like I'm about to do. So with that, my friends, be careful. Get yourself some face masks. And gloves. We don't trust in these things. We trust in our King, but he helps those who help themselves, and there's no sense taking any added risk. The coronavirus is just one of many that are on the way, but I highly recommend oatmeal. Oatmeal is very healthy and nutritious, quite light. You get a whole lot in a container, Get several of them. Stock up. If you need water, distilled water, whatever, please get what you need now for about 30-day time, because they're going to be shutting down everybody from coming in from Europe here midnight on Friday night. They're not going to allow any more into the country for 30 days. This is going to put a big halt on a lot of imported foods, things of that sort. So prices may spike up after this here threat, or pandemic as it's being called, and it's going to be horrible, but not as bad as the other ones that are yet to come. We need to learn to practice through these things. Pray for our brothers and sisters. The world's got to go through a lot of it. A lot of times you got to, if you plant like lettuce and stuff, you plant extra seeds, and as they start growing, you start pulling them out. Well, that's exactly what's going on for the choicer fruits, that are those that believe the truth. They They keep the 10 commandments by keeping the give or take 613 laws that apply to you, and by putting our trust in our King only. Those are the fruits that are going to grow the greatest, as we went over in Deuteronomy 28 here yesterday. Please, people, get your money together, open them piggy banks or whatever you might have laying around, and buy the extras that you need now, because you may not be able to get out. Streets may be closed and everything else to where you're not going to be able to get to a store, and most likely there won't even be anybody at the store to serve you if there is access to go to the store on your bicycle or whatever, walking. People may not even be able to run businesses. President Trump is talking about giving small business loans to businesses so they don't just upside, and sink to the bottom of the dregs. Because workers are going to be sick, they're going to be confined to their houses. It's a quarantine that's coming, and most likely martial law. Please hear what I'm saying. Please understand, it's important for you. Buy an extra bar of soap or two, however many you use for a month. Think of these things that you need and stock up a little bit. And with that, my friends, those who love our King will survive. Even if their bodies die, their holy temples turn back to dust, they'll survive. We've got the kingdom to look forward to. And with that, I'm going to say, I love y'all, and let's hope for the best. Bye.